Members of the Catholic Church will gather for the real-life conclave in the coming weeks. You just saw a clip from the movie there. They will, of course, elect a successor to the late Pope Francis. Now, the film Conclave was released last year and was based on the best-selling novel by author Robert Harris. It sparked fresh interest into the process of how the new pontiff is chosen, and I'm sure people have a renewed interest in it now. For more on all of this, I'm joined by the author of Conclave, Robert Harris, joining us from England. Robert, good morning to you. Great to have you with us. Your book examines issues of faith, betrayal, religious politics, gender roles. I'm curious about what it was about the 2013 conclave, which gave us Pope Francis, that inspired you to write this.
Well, I just watched it on television, like most people, and just before the Pope reveals himself on the balcony, and we know who's been elected, the windows on either side of that balcony fill up with the faces of the cardinals who've just elected him. And as the camera panned along these faces, elderly men, some looking cunning, some benign, crafty, and so on, I thought, they look like the old Roman Senate. And I thought there must have been some politics behind this. And then the Pope himself, the new Pope, appeared, Francis, a rather wonderful, benign face. And I thought I shall try and write something about this. I used to be a political journalist, and I thought there will be a good story here.
I mean, it's an incredibly fascinating topic, and the angles that you could have taken are effectively endless. And Conclave has been praised for its accuracy. So I'm wondering, and I understand your journalistic background, but how you weaved fiction through fact.
Well, I got some help from the Vatican, actually. I asked to see certain locations. The Casa Santa Marta, as it's called, the hostel where the cardinal electors stay. All their phones and their laptops are taken off them. And they go into a room, the shutters are sealed, so they're completely sequestered. I saw that, and there, to everyone's surprise, Pope Francis decided to stay after he was elected. The Pope is entitled to very grand apartments in a palace, but he turned that down. So I saw that, saw his bedroom indeed. I saw the Sistine Chapel, obviously, the Pauline Chapel where they go to pray, the Vatican Gardens, all those sorts of things. So I got the basics of what the scenes where I would set everything. And then I hit on the idea of telling it all through the fictional dean of the College of Cardinals, who is responsible for the whole thing. And that's brilliantly played by Ralph Fiennes in the film. And I think it was that made the whole thing work, because it pulled it all together. And I did a lot of research, and so you get the whole story of what a conclave is like, and past conclaves, and the difficulties that arise. It's a very political process and a really gripping story. Even if you're not actually a Catholic, it's an amazing story.
Yeah, and people have said it sticks to the facts, except for the cardinal being allowed to vote in pectore, which means in secret, which is a little different from how the actual rules work. But I want to ask you, without giving away the ending of your book or the movie, if you want this conclave to end with a surprising twist.
Well, I think it would be great. I mean, I don't think it will end with as surprising a twist as my novel, and unfortunately, that would be very good for sales. I think conclaves are almost always surprising, actually. I bet we don't know the name of the man who'll emerge as the main front runner, because once they are in the Sistine Chapel, what they call the Holy Spirit, the movement of the Holy Spirit, guides them towards the winner after a series of exhaustive ballots. We would call that in secular politics momentum. The thing shifts behind one candidate, and quite often no one has predicted who that would be, including the late Pope. No one, I think, predicted that he would win.
Well, even what you came up with was fascinating. I know that you've said that you want this book to jolt people, even if they don't like it, and I think it certainly, evidently, does that. Robert Harris, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate your time.
Thanks, Errol. Good to see you.